everybody to 1 Million Cups. For the students in the room, 1 Million Cups is a weekly presentation by a local entrepreneur about their company. We ask the presenters to present for about 6 to 10 minutes, and then we have an active question and answer session. So if you do have questions, feel free to hold on to them and then definitely go at them. We joke that we are Shark Tank. We are not Shark Tank. We are not Shark Tank. We are Dolphin Tank. So, obviously we want to help and support the entrepreneurs in the room, and by doing so with positive feedback. So, I don't have a lot of announcements today. My one big one is next week we are going to be doing a presentation on 1 Million Cups. So if you're interested in presenting a company, you should come out and check it out. So if you know anybody who's interested, we're hoping to kind of help fill our pipeline this way with presenters. So anybody you can think of who may be interested or a good candidate to present, please refer them. If you have presented in the past, if you could come and give feedback and talk about your experience, that would be great too. So that's kind of it. You can thank our sponsors, so I don't forget that again this week. We have Field 59 in the back. They do a live stream for us. So again, for the students, if you check out our Facebook page, you can recap today's talk, and it'll be on our Facebook page as a live stream.
And you can check out, seriously, hundreds of presenters on our YouTube page.
Yes.
It goes back. It's amazing.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think we're over 100 now.
Yeah,
right?
way over. Yeah.
So yeah, definitely check that out. Generally, I thank Crescendo for the coffee, but we failed to have coffee today, but thanks anyways. Old National Bank and the library. So sorry about the coffee mishap. Next week, promise will be coffee. So with that, we do go around the room and do introductions. If you have any upcoming events, feel free to share them. But my name is Diana Pastrana, and I'm with M&M Office Interiors, and I'm also with Culture Community.
Oh, going this way.
Yeah, I'm going to mix it up. Why not?
My name is Lee Lazar. I'm an insurance agent with Associated Agencies. We are a full-service commercial, benefits, individual, anything related to insurance.
I'm Tara Grace, commercial lender with State Bank of Cross Plains, specializing in startup and SBA loans.
Steve Glad, co-founder of 32 Auctions, which is a silent auction website. Anyone looking to run fun, easy, successful silent auctions, check out 32auctions.com.
Kurt Peterson, the other co-founder of 32 Auctions.
Hey, I'm Daniel Litvack. I'm the CTO of Fisherty.
I'm Riley. I'm the operations coordinator for Curate, which is presenting today.
Tara Linda with Curate. I'll save my secrets for later.
Alex Rude, student at UW-Madison.
Javier, student at UW-Madison.
Catherine, student at UW-Madison. Ishita, a student at UW-Madison.
I'm DP Canute, and my company name is Collaborator Creative because I collaborate creatively with a wide variety of individuals and companies on everything from custom writing to nonfiction branding. And I have a book called Rotoma that I wrote with Spencer X. Smith. It's available on Amazon.com or direct from the author. And don't forget to check out the Rotoma podcast, new episodes every Monday.
Hi. Wow. I'm Jason Nachreiner, and my company is Ridgetop Consulting, and the name of the game is cybersecurity for us. And to this week's big news is we have our very first West Coast agreement, long-term contract in place as of yesterday. So now I can write off my trip to San Diego.
Yeah. Good morning. I'm Scott Brown. I'm a part-time CFO. I help people buy and sell businesses, get financing, as well as help them figure out why their business is not making as much money as they think they should. And I'm trying to get one of my clients to subscribe to Curate.
Hi, I'm Masha. I'm a student at UW-Madison.
Hi, I'm Caroline. I'm a student at UW-Madison.
I'm Alex. I'm a student at UW-Madison, studying mechanical engineering and computer science.
I'm Allie. I'm a student at UW-Madison.
I'm Logan, UW student.
I'm Will, also a UW student.
I'm Oscar. I'm a student also.
Dan LaCloche. My company is DLC. I'm a content marketer and part-time thought leader in the area of inspirational memes.
My name is Josh Helling. My background is in software product development, systems design, technology operations. I co-founded a company in the internet security space, grew it, sold it, and have recently left the corporate world to get back to entrepreneurial things.
I'm Danny Anderson, and I'm with the accounting firm Baker Tilly.
I'm Derek Kebler, CEO and founder of Fuel 59. We're a online video platform for media companies.
Hi, I'm Lori Carlson. I own Madison Greenbox. I make moving easier on you and the environment.
And I'm Josh. I'm a student here as well.
I'm Georgie. I'm a student too.
My name is Lou. I'm also a student.
I'm Jack. I'm also a student.
I'm Sasha, and I'm also a student.
I'm Raina. I'm also a student.
I'm Jordan. I'm also a student at EW.
Zach, student.
Brian, Old National Bank.
All right, so without further ado, I'd like to introduce Tara Linda with Curate.
Thank you. All right, so thanks everybody for being here. This is my second time presenting Curate, and we've made some pretty incredible strides. So if you have heard the presentation before, I'm excited to see where we're at today. And I'm used to walking, so I'll try to stay still here. Let me go back a second. So at Curate, we use artificial intelligence and web scraping to find early information about construction projects, and then we deliver those leads to general contractors and vendors. And we're a company based here right in Madison, and we're doing something really innovative. So I always like to share a little bit about how the heck this got started. So especially students in the room, you probably recognize this beautiful building, Union South, on UW-Madison's campus. So it's a building close to my heart because I was the project manager for construction. And during the project, I actually fielded many calls from vendors hoping to bid on the project. And even 3 weeks before opening, I received a call from a furniture vendor hoping to bid on a piece of the project. So I share this with you because it's really a challenge in finding early information about construction projects. Because obviously 3 weeks before opening, furniture is done well in advance, as Diane definitely knows. And so there's really this struggle in finding this gap in information knowledge, and yet there's all of this information in the city that's available to us. So how it works today in finding out information about construction projects is companies do a lot of networking. Their business development people read a ton of the newspaper, and then they also respond to bid notifications if they're aware of them or if they're asked to. However, what our customers tell us they need is early and reliable information about construction projects. So let me share with you how we're doing that. So cities, counties, school boards, township villages, all of that, they all host public meetings. So the agenda is posted ahead of time, and the minutes are posted online afterwards. In addition, there's tons of committee meetings. Just in the city of Madison, do you know there's over 100 committees? It's pretty crazy. So Curate automatically goes to all of these different websites, gathers their minutes and agendas, and then we scan through them using some natural language processing or artificial intelligence software we built in order to pull out keywords in context that indicate upcoming opportunities. If I'm going too fast, you can tell me to slow down. So here is kind of like breaking this down even further. So this is Verona. We all know there's a ton of development going on right now in Verona. So our software automatically goes to websites just like these. We pull out these agendas right here. And then when we pull it, you get a document just like this. This is real life, right off the city of Verona. This is a meeting they had in January, a couple months ago. So our software scans through this, and we're looking for things like planned development. So this is I don't know if you can read this, but 90 new multifamily units. Down here, there's another 250 multifamily units that are being proposed. If I am a construction company and I build multifamily or apartment units, pretty interested in something like that that's coming through. And that information's really early in the pipeline. All make sense? So we don't just do this for Verona and Madison. We do this throughout the state of Wisconsin. And to give you a volume of how big this is, we on average gather about 7,000 documents every single week that go through our software. So it's some people say, well, it's easy for me to track, Madison, Verona, and Sun Prairie, but there's no way that I could track, my entire 90-mile region for my company. But we're bigger than just Wisconsin too, so we're also kind of in the Midwest area, and we're adding Ohio next week, which is pretty exciting for us. So here's our web dashboard. So we provide information about what's going on in the state. You can see kind of where activity is happening and then exactly what's going on with these different developments. So we look at this as two different pieces. So one is obviously finding new business opportunities is huge. And then the other piece is market intelligence. So kind of understanding in the greater landscape, what's my share of the market? How big is this? Who else is involved? All those kinds of pieces put things together in different interesting ways that make it possible to find new business. So I also want to give a little shout out to my team. So Riley's here today. She's in the back. I think she's tweeting. None of this would be possible without a great team. The other person on my team who started this with me is my husband Dale, who left his PhD in computer science to focus on this. So we're a pretty young team. We just moved into an office right here on the square. We're super excited about it. So my vision for Curate is to find all information from all local municipalities, so we're the local expert in all markets for our customers. And with that, I'd love to hear your questions. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I wasn't here for the first time that you were here.
Okay.
What has your story been from first time you presented to now? How has it changed from first presentation to this one?
Love it. So we started with more of a generalized AI web scraping tool and have then honed in on this very specific minutes and agendas piece.
Why did you do that?
Why did we do that?
Yeah.
That's what people told us they wanted.
The marketplace told you?
A lot of customer interviews.
Oh, good. How many customer interviews?
I didn't write them down, but I talked to a lot of people.
In the tens, in the hundred?
Oh, 100. Yeah. It's super important. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
My question's almost the opposite of DP's.
Okay. Love it. Ready.
This is super interesting. And given that the company's named Curate, not Quick Construction Bids Now, I was guessing as you were talking that you had a broader vision. I mean, it makes sense that the general elements of the solution could apply in other spaces. So, I mean, I guess I have to change the question a little based on your answer to DP. Do you see construction as just the tip of the spear market that you're doing first? And is there still a general, bigger picture plan? And if so, I guess, how do you think about, in the abstract, what defines potential markets for a solution like this? Scraping and a little natural language processing into something actionable.
Yeah, okay. I think you asked me 3 questions, so let me try.
Sorry.
So we're starting with construction. They have the biggest pain point about not hearing about a project early enough. We're also working with some banks to find real estate loans, which is kind of in that construction-y rough sphere. Engineering firms who do a lot of public business, finding out about, the city in 2020 is going to redevelop some road or an area or build a master plan. All that's really important. And then it sounds like I'm not very focused, but I try really hard. Associations. So working with different associations who have members who are impacted by local municipal changes.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Cool, thanks.
Oh, go ahead.
Me?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I'm sitting here, I'm going to a conference tomorrow, and I'm specifically thinking of how this could be expanded to what I work on. Because I could totally use a tool like this to pick through public documents from public utilities commissions to get easy leads on what I do. Do you think that you could add additional types of public meetings that you curate?
Yeah, I like the pun. Yeah. Yeah, so right now we've just been super focused on a very specific type, but a lot of the words and the similarities are there to go into other areas.
I mean, I think you could just add more words for additional things.
Yeah.
So you're expanding state by state. Is that based on the constraints of the software or your sales team, or are you just trying to be intentional?
Why don't we just do it all now?
Well, why don't you just do it all now?
Time.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're expanding state by state based on exactly what our customers are asking for.
Okay.
At this point, some people work in a regional area and need it to have all of their sales teams have equal footing and have access to the same resources to keep things fair, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I didn't hear your first presentation. So I
Probably for the
apologize.
best.
Tell me about your customer engagement process, please.
Sure. Like how we get new customers or how we
How they
stay
become your
engaged?
customers and what makes them, what do they do after they're your customers?
So how we get customers is we, as we're training these algorithms, we actually look through a lot of documents as well, as you can probably imagine. So So our software and ourselves are pulling out names of people that are pretty active, and then we reach out to them and say like, hey, we saw you just got this project, we saw you're in the city, did you know that the city isn't happy with how you're building this parking garage? You know, like all those kinds of
I'm
things.
sure they know.
So having that conversation, and like there's a reason to reach out, and is a pretty easy conversation. And then how we stay engaged with people is, you know, at this point we drive, we meet with people in person as much as we can, we get on the phone.
Do they pay for your services?
Yeah.
How so?
It's a monthly recurring subscription.
Okay.
How mature is your solution at this point? I mean, how much manual intervention is there that you'd like to automate, or is it fully automated?
So we do a decent amount of manual intervention. I'm a perfectionist, and which is good. Like you have to be in this space in order to kind of make sure that things go out the door in a very high quality. So we do look through a lot of information. We also use our decisions as humans to help train those algorithms, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Carolyn, what has the investment community had to say to you so far? Raising capital.
Sure. So we closed a round from Idea Fund of Lacrosse last fall. People who are in the development space are really, really excited about this. They understand because they especially understand the pain points of construction firms that they work with. So that's been people we've been targeting. If that makes sense? Brokers.
Yeah, and just being in the industry, I can attest to the fact that I go through and I pull up these reports individually and read through them, and it'd be nice to just have kind of a report given to you. And we always want to, of course, have a relationship with the client instead of a secondary, you know, architecture firm or whatever. So if we could find out about it even ahead of the architecture firm, we could solidify our position a lot better. So yeah. I definitely can see the need.
So I look for things that are like 1 to 3 years out, and we call it like half-baked information sometimes. It's more valuable than anything else. So there are some services that wait till the bid is ready to go, and like it's all tied up with a bow, and I know exactly how you're going to construct it and the size and like all those things. And what people tell me they want is, there's 43 acres of land being rezoned near Sun Prairie. It's going to be commercial, and we know the name of the developer. That's it. We don't really know. It could be big, it could be small, but like, oh, that's a pretty big area. That's something I'm interested in. That's worth giving that guy a call, you know, so figuring those things out.
Have you experimented at all with like lighter touch ways of acquiring customers? I'm thinking of like, you know, if you Google somebody's name and you get the sort of mostly redacted results and the teaser that they can tell you more if you just pay here. Like, I mean, I wonder if there would be things like that here where you reach out to somebody you haven't worked with before, but who, you know, you think is involved and say, oh, I know about these 43 acres and I'll tell you where they are inside of this county, or, you know, something like that.
Yeah, we've thought about that. Those things kind of take more time sometimes, but yeah, nothing's off the table. Yeah.
How does being at 1 million cups help you? Like, what is that like? Why did you choose to come to 1 million cups and give your presentation?
We begged her.
I wasn't going to say that.
So what advantage do you think that you take away from this?
Sure. So the first time I presented, I earned a customer out of it, which is pretty exciting. I think it's always a great idea to be able to share your story and what you're doing with the community. And you never know, you know, people give you ideas or like, oh, wait, like, I think we could use this, or we could do this, or what if you did this? And kind of, it's that greater sphere of information is really helpful.
I'll actually add to that a little bit too. I've been trying to get my company to look at Curate since I saw them present at Forward Fest last year. And so because we have a live stream, now I can just forward this video to my marketing person and say, this is what they do now. You don't have to listen to me say it. So it gives you a visual content as well. So
sweet, thank you.
Yeah, well, I keep trying.
Yeah.
I'm imagining a development officer for a municipality government, and what's going through their thoughts as on Monday we're talking about, oh, somebody proposed the idea of developing a new area, and then on Thursday I'm getting a bunch of calls from bids from construction companies wanting to have it. So is there any, you know, kind of interesting interactions from municipalities, like, okay, this we're not exactly comfortable with like all this publishing information out to construction companies.
Sure. So like the municipality information is required to be available to the public, and so as we sort of see this open government and open transparency actually getting better, you'd be surprised some really small little communities post their information because they want their citizens to have it. They think that that's really important. On the flip side, most communities or most construction firms don't reach back out to the municipality. They're going to reach out to the developer who's developing the project. And the municipality, if they are doing their own construction project, it's in their best interest, in the best interest of the taxpayers, to have as many possible people to bid on the project to get the best price. So it's actually, we see more communities saying, man, we only got one bid for this fire station or whatever. You know, we really aren't comfortable going forward with this until we get another bid or something like that.
Just keep saying things that get like my attention. Like I wanna know all this stuff on like energy.
Yeah.
So how often do your clients get reports, and do you are they cookie cutter reports, or do you hand present them and send them out?
So we send out reports weekly. That's what our customers in that discovery process told us that they wanted and they'd be willing to look at every week. And then they are sent via email at this point. And then they have the option to get it on a web dashboard as well. But everybody's comfortable with different levels of technology.
When you create the reports, is it created automatically by your software, or do you put it together or present it for your clients? Is that something you have to touch?
So everybody chooses different things that they want to do. So in Madison, some people love doing apartments and other people hate them. Or they do or don't do, you know, churches or private schools where you've got a big board of directors kind of thing. So they set those filters, and then they get information based on what they've chosen to receive. And we segment it out by county level, if that makes sense.
So as a commercial lender, I have several customers that obviously could use this information. What are your price points? Do you have tier subscriptions? How does that work? So like if I'm telling my customers about this and saying that this would be advantageous for you to be able to use, what's the flip side? What's that price?
What's the flip side?
Yeah.
So it ranges in between $250 and $400, depending on the region and how big you want to go.
Okay.
We've mostly priced it per state, but the lines are getting blurry now. So, yeah.
So that's per month?
Per month.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Right now you have a service with an engine. Are you looking at creating an engine that is then skinnable or nicheable to specific other sectors? One, I commend you for focus.
Try.
For niching down. Niching down allows you to really focus, and that's very commendable. But I think long-term, you've got this engine that is totally reskinnable to different verticals. And is that part of your business plan down the road, phase 6, to start looking at?
I only go phases 1 through 3. So.
Okay.
No, we know there's a lot of opportunity. People bring me ideas all the time, but as a small team, if you start doing, a lot of different things, you're going to do nothing well. So our focus has really been on construction, a little bit of engineering, a little bit of associations, but like really doing those well.
Well, and I think, what was your pricing again? I'm sorry.
Between $250 and $400 per month.
That is nothing to a company that's going to get a $40 million project. And for that's lead gen. That's pure lead gen, which I can.
How does that compare to like a Vidscape or Dodge Reports?
Sure. So those services tend to be a little bit less expensive, or less expensive to equal. However, their information is much more like all finished and tied up with a bow.
Or sometimes 6 months too late.
Or 6 months too late. Yeah.
I just got a quote from iSquareFoot. Actually, it was $2,600 a year.
Yeah.
Who are some of your main competitors, and what separates you from them?
Sure. So things like Dodge Reports or iSquareFoot that somebody just mentioned, those are significant competitors in the space. They're just looking at construction leads. Their software waits until things are pretty well buttoned up. And so we're looking for, like certified survey maps are huge. Like it's one of the very, very first steps. We caught a pretty good one. There's a manufacturing facility. They just combined an old grocery store and an old abandoned building, and they're going to put it together, and they're going to put a manufacturing facility in there. So that's like super early kind of information that's coming down the pike.
Is that part of your marketing story? I mean, to me, that's you want to be the canary in the coal mine to say, well, not that you're going to die because of noxious gases.
I got it. It's okay.
Yeah, but
I'm staying afloat.
You want to be beyond the radar of everybody else, and it sounds like you are beyond that radar. Is that part of your story process?
Yeah.
That's your selling point.
That's the selling point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody sometimes people go to the city and it's like, I don't know, Carolina Willis LLC or whatever, 123 LLC. And so you may not know exactly all of the pieces, or it's not super apparent right away, but people that are in this space that are doing the networking, they figure it out. Like I've been to the networking groups and they're like, ooh, 3 letters. Okay, ABC. Well, whose name starts with A and last name C? Like, and they put those pieces together.
What's your favorite thing you've ever found in public documents?
I'll tell you after we shut off the live stream. It's really good though.
Great. Thank you, Field 59. Let's hear that. No, I'm kidding. Does anybody have any other questions?
Her specific asks?
Oh, yes. So we always have a community ask. So if you have an ask of everyone in the room as to how we can help you.
Love it. Okay, ready? I teed up. I got a couple.
Okay.
One is we're looking for interns this summer. All of you. And then 2, we're looking for people who can mentor a younger sales team. So I'm looking for some of the members of my team are pretty young in their careers, and so we're looking for people other than myself who can kind of give them a different perspective on sales and marketing and things like that. Those are my 2.
Okay, so for the internship, do you want to share any more details about like what kind of qualifications you're looking for, since you've got an audience?
Love it. Yeah. So we're looking for anybody in CS is always an interest. However, outside of CS, we're looking for people who are interested in sales, and then we're also looking for people who are interested in helping us review data, which does not require computer science, in order to do and help us make those decisions and know our customers really well.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much.